Here. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being with us today, being here with us today. And today, my good friend Audrey Lightlanguage is back with us, and we're going to be talking about how, are you part of the woke essence? We're going to talk about what that is, what the woke essence is, and do you know that you're a part of it? And so much more. So there's always interesting information that Audrey brings through. So we're going to talk about that, the time right now of what's going on. We're going to talk about the Book of Life and Audrey's work as a soul architect and a coder of the field of creation as an ancient one embodied here to assist us to get to that fast track, right? And to break out of the old energy shackles. And I think we're doing that right now. Breaking the old energy shackles, the beliefs, the paradigms that have kept us stuck in the past. So everything is changing. So, it's like, be ready for change. And also, it's also about, being aware of things are changing. And are you willing to be part of that change process as well? So we're going to talk about so much, like we always do. And Audrey, has been with us many times, which is amazing. And she is a soul architect and an energy engineer. She's an ambassador of peace, and who has traversed the multiverse forever with the pulling of the plug on the experiment of duality polarity, and through its experience of entering so deeply into the density, sleep and forgetting, which we've all done, now gives the great opportunity to recreate and step into a time within a new creation to experience eternal peace. So we're going to talk about that as well during the show, and so much more. We're going to be talking to the beings of light like we always do. Audrey normally also does language of the Akash and light language, and Divine Mother usually comes through. So a lot happens on these shows with Audrey. So we'll see what's going on. So Audrey, welcome back to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity to be with you and all your beautiful family of listeners, in such an important time, right? Unprecedented, right? For millennia and eons, what is going on, and we're embodied here, right? Supporting, assisting, holding that light in this storm, that months and months and months ago, before all this happened, I got, there's a storm coming, prepare, and we're in the midst of all that storm and having beautiful opportunities to join together with what you offer to everyone, Laura, and inviting me on. Thank you so much to bring in those energies and those codes and the sacred key code number language to help support them to ride through this storm, right? And the bigger understanding of what is happening and going on, not just what we're used to, our physicality and our physical stories and all of this, the bigger picture, right? What we're a part of in creation that is happening here, and us beautiful ones who have incarnated to hold a light, to help assist this change to happen, right? It's not only happening out there, but us that incarnated, right? Being aware, awoken, right? The woke we're talking about, to hold that light, even in the midst of the tsunami, the storm, and all that is happening. So we join together this beautiful opportunity to help support and nourish everyone through this, so they keep continuing that journey, holding that light and not get swept, all about in that storm that is happening and occurring, some stability for them, to feel that, I hope, us offering them through this opportunity, whether live or the recording that they listen to. So thank you again for the opportunity so much.
Oh, absolutely. And, I don't want to really talk too much about what happened yesterday, but, that was a big event that happened in the US. And I know that a lot of our listeners are from the US. So is that something that you want to just address briefly?
Well, I hope that they all understand, right, about the play, unfortunately, the movie, right, the situation, right, of those who have been controlled and those that are the puppets for the controllers, right? Because remember, you are pulling away, cutting off their lifeline, their control that they've had for millennia, of people waking up, right? So they are playing all as their puppet strings are being pulled, what we are witnessing, right? What is happening on that stage, so for everyone to realize and remember, please, that just what they see, right, is the chess game, right? The play, the story being played out. They must hold that light no matter what is being played to them, right? When we have to understand and know there's many more things. That's the REEL, right? being
Mhm.
played for them that you're witnessing, you're seeing, you're observing, right? What's going on. But the REAL, which is the real that is happening behind the scenes, the bigger picture of things, keep holding your light no matter what you're seeing on the play, on the stage, right? In the movie, to make sure and understand. That's what I wanted to talk about. The woke essence is so important because we are the ones that have come, right? So that stage that is being played out, that story that is being rolled out, so many still falling prey to it because they have been sedated, right? Manipulated, right? Dumbed down, zombified, right? Eaten their energy off of, controlled for not this one lifetime, but millennia and eons, right? That's why this is so huge, what is occurring and happening now. So please, no matter what you're witnessing there, keep holding that light, right? The stability within the storm as the storm is raging. So this change can occur for a different timeline. They're showing you the timeline in the story that they want, right? But things are not over by far yet, right?
Yeah.
So keep holding that light, that stability. So the thing that we all incarnated for, the other beneficial timeline, right, comes to fruition. Because remember, when I come on the shows and speak about like being a time traveler and such, you know, that is this, what we are witnessing is actually the past. It happened already. We are
Mhm.
seeing how they got to transhuman AI. You understand? This is how they got there, by this all falling in place and happening, right? So that is why we've come in. We couldn't change that future point, the old future of transhuman and AI, where creation lost something of itself, losing the divine human to transhuman and AI experience, right? So we couldn't change it from going forward. We've come back to that point's past, which is our present moment. Remember, I say all time is one time, connected
Mhm.
and affect each other. So we've come here in our now, which is the old human, transhuman AIs, right? Past, right? So that we can do these works and these things to open the other timelines that we've created, to get in concordance with that, to bring in the new future. Not yet again what we see them taking everyone down, how it happened to transhuman AI, right? So that's a bit of the bigger picture, the education, the understanding, the information for those that are the woke essence, right? To keep holding that, you know, so that they will be in concordance and keep supporting that new future that is there, because they must affect that by what they're doing in the new future's past, which is our present now, by the actions, the work, the love, the energy that we are holding, the wider understanding of things, right? What is at play here? And when they want to keep it the same and go down the same old future that happened already. But no, that's why creation is moving, because all of this disturbed the balance of creation itself, you know, eating its own self of the experiment, which it was time now to pull the plug on, because it has disturbed the balance not only of Gaia and humanity, but the totality of creation. So that is how important all of you are who are here, right? Holding this. This is not only humanity and Gaia, this ripples out to all of creation, right? Because what is here and the puppet masters pulling the strings, right, are those that are AI, right, that are not human, right? Other worlds feeding off our energy, our flesh, right? Our children.
Mhm.
Enough is enough, right? What you see out there playing out are the puppets, right? For the controllers that want to keep their thing going on. But no, right? That's why we're here. So hold the light in the storm, right? Why we're talking about being a woke essence, and to come in and to give support to those that are the woke essence, meaning you're not a zombie, you're not asleep, right? You're not lost in old beliefs and paradigms. And if you are, this work is here now. And this to begin to help you, so you step into, right, that strength and empowerment of you are a divine aspects of creator embodied. You forgot it when you entered into the experiment. It was never supposed to go to this depth, right? Duality, polarity experiment. It went awry, what it brought forth, parasitism throughout creation. So creation itself is coming in to handle that situation, right? And those that are the woke essence are taking part in assisting that.
So how do we know that we are part of the woke essence, and how do we know that we are writing in the new book of life?
Well, the old book of life is the one that is being closed, right? All the old stories from millennia, zombies, you know, parasitic expression, demons of hell, and all the horrors that they have done, right, to maintain themselves in their beingness throughout creation,
Mhm.
dumbing down the other expressions that are divine beings who entered into an experiment of duality and polarity. That was, we wrote that the outcome, the experience in the book of life. One of my messages talks about how we are the shining, triumphant, golden ones, because we, even though we're in the midst of all this and all that has attempted to hold us down in forgetfulness, yeah, we were able to wake up to who we truly are. And it's not like some speak empty love, unity, oneness, right, which are yet distracted in a delusion and a sedation. No, it's love in action, right? You walk the talk that you were talking. You're holding that essence here in the midst of the storm and the tsunami of change, right? So we walk through this. We wrote it in the book of life, the experiment of forgetting duality, polarity. We walked what we are not, yet we are. Yes, to know the totality of our beingness, and for creation to know it through us. What we are, we knew, right? Then we had the experiment, duality, polarity. We will forget who we are so we could enter into that to explore what we are not, yet we are, because it is there, right? In the totality of creation. And now it is time, with that knowing and that knowledge, that the light was shown on the dark, right? What lurked or what was in creation in the darkness to be exposed, to have awareness of. We are the ones that have been able to walk through it, stand in who and what we are. That's why we go down in the book of life to our predecessors, which are us, as the shining, triumphant, golden ones, because we walk through the experiment and we're able to come out of it and assist in pulling the plug on it, because it went so out of hand, right? Parasitism everywhere, right? Throughout creation, disturbing the balance, right? So we are here to go back to the organic, not AI, yes, or parasitic, but organic, balanced expression, which is a beingness that is a self-sustaining beingness, right? Not like the parasites and the other ones that can only live off some other one's light, right? They are non-self-sustaining systems. They are going to go the way of what is going to be absorbed back to the all that is if it cannot be healed and be no more, right? As a dream character that is no more. So all of this has been written in the book of life. The experiment that we went into to have that knowing and knowledge has gone awry, right? Because it has made unbalanced, too much parasitism. So that is why the plug is being pulled, why creation is moving and all this is happening. So this can be cleaned and cleared up, seal the old book of life with all that information attained. If anyone in creation wants the information, they access it in concept, never experientially to open up. That is an opportunity to walk through, because then you would open up the whole thing again. And it's been tough enough, yes, to get it closed. And the new book of life, how you take part in the new book of life, is one must be in resonance, right? Energetically, because all is energy, all is frequency, right? So we need to attend to what has happened for millennia and eons of those energetic shackles, yes, all beliefs, paradigms, parasitism, you know, all of that happened to our energetic field. Old beliefs and paradigms would also are energetic shackles, keeping them stuck, right? So that is what helped of being part of one, right? The woke essence. Your essence is your beingness, your soul, right? Your true who you are. You're not your name, your story, your situation, right? Your eternal, energetic consciousness, light beingness that you are. Tend to it, because it has been through so much. So I think you or someone once said, isn't a soul that is complete? No, that's why they gave me the name soul architect, right? Because I'm even saying a soul is a soul. What are you talking about? They're like, no. This is soul evolution, soul journey, and all that it has been through. So you are a soul architect, so you help attend to their energetic field, their light, their true beingness, right? To help support that as all that needs of the old energetics, right? To be released, those parasites, right? The AI implants and such, right? Which my work does, so they could be free of that. And we pour the light in, we do the codes, we do the upgrades, we, you know, upgrade the DNA that was turned down and manipulated, so they could stand ever so much more in that place, right? Of their godhood, accessing true magic, which when they entered into the experiment, they didn't have access to, right? Because how could you experience limitation, right? Being angry, being jealous, all those things, right? So now it's time to pour the light back in, stand in our power, and take back the true magic that we have access to, because the darker ones have had access, right? The knowing, the knowledge of that dark magic they have used to continue to perpetuate this and keep so many in a zombified state, right? What do we have out there? Certain parts of the USA that are like, yeah, right? Supporting who they don't even know, the puppet masters who are moving their strings and what they're doing. They talk about abomination. What about the children are being eaten, you know, and the horrors upon horrors that are going on, right? But yet they're fighting for the right because they don't understand it's not the right. That's the deception of the other side, right? Bringing in integritous, good people think they're supporting something good and right, making the good one look as it's not good, right? When it is, because it is the one that took away the shackles, attempting to take away the shackles, attempting to say the truth, right? Revealing that this darkness, right, has held humanity, right, that is perversing all through creation for eons and millennia, that needs to stop. And now they make that person look like the villain, right? No, not the villain, you know. And we need to make sure we keep continuing to put our light, to send it to the situation, right, all over this world, all those out in creation who understand the bigger picture of what is happening here, what is at hand, right? Behind the scenes, not on the stage show that they present for everybody, the movie they make for everyone, right? That fall captive to that. Also, we have to understand, what about cognitive dissonance? That's a huge issue, right? We speak and speak and speak to these people, but because of cognitive dissonance, right, they are maintaining the old beliefs and paradigms, regurgitating and feeding to others the same paradigms. Let's stick more shackles on them with those old beliefs and paradigms. And because of cognitive dissonance, we speak and speak and we try to get them out of it. But they unfortunately go down to the death, as we see happening, right? Supporting what is not right or correct because of millennia, yes, that this has happened to them. You know, I see beings sometimes talking about out there, oh, what humanity has done. And I'm like, what the hell, sorry if I had to say that, are they talking about? When humanity didn't do it, it was done to humanity, right? To dumb them down, to do this to them, to infect them with AI parasite control systems, you know? This was done to them and the fallout of that. So it's not their fault, you know. My goodness, you know, this is being played at much higher levels, right, of what's going on.
So what we can do now as individuals and collectively as a group is to continue to send our light to humanity, to the planet, to, you know, specific areas on the planet that need more attention focused on
the
them.
support, exactly, the support of this light, and from those that are out there, whichever positive it may be, right, to support this situation as well, you know. But for me, it's always about, you think, who's going to come from out there and do it? If they were going to do it, wouldn't they have done it already? Because remember, we wound up at that very old future point, transhuman and AI and children being eaten, for God's sake. So where are all they to stop such abomination? It's not. We've incarnated here to stand in our godhood, right, put out the light, ripple that out. So you are the ones you've been waiting for, so that change could happen. Also, when you speak about how are we going to be found to write in the book of life, if you are not in resonance with the new platforms, how do you think, just like any computer or any old big fat videotape, right, you can't play on the new systems. Same as if your energetic frequency body of which you are does not match the new higher resonance, right, to be standing there and be part of, then how do you think you're going to write in that book of life? You're not. That's why this is so important. Yes, more than just our stories, our names, our situations, our emotions, right, circumstances, the essence of who and what you are. So you keep your gift of individualization, you understand, and consciousness to express through an individualization, right? Yes, we're part of a collective, but we keep the power, right, of individualization, standing as a God, as Christ represented. You are a God embodied, brothers and sisters of Christ, being as a Christed one. So you keep your gift of individualization, yes, rather than to be, you know, lost in creation, absorbed back to all that is, to be healed, because the parasites, the ones that are lost, the ones that cannot be in resonance, where do you think they're going to go? They're going to be absorbed back to all that is and lose their gift of individualization if they are not able to be healed, to come forth again in resonance with the new platforms that exist. Because this duality polarity game, right, when it is birth forth parasitic vampirism, the depth of abomination of hell, no, that's not going to be an option, you know, to say, oh, I want to experience that or go there. It is not needed in the process, because look what the process has done. The experiment, as I said, went awry. It is time to pull the plug on it, which this is the process of that, the death throes, so to say, of whomever knows they are no longer going to be. So of course they're doing everything they can do to hold on, because someone was saying how the water is filling up and then, you know, they're not going to be able to breathe. They're going to be no more. Remember, as dust in the wind, as a dream carrier that never was. So that's why they're pulling out all these things to try to keep control, right? But that's not in creation, right? Yeah. It's going to be this, right? And this is the process of getting there.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. I got it. Yeah. Whew. So Linda's asking, what happens to those who have succumbed to the AI through the vaccinations they are forcing on so many? What happens to their soul?
Oh my goodness. Well, they, poor ones, I would say, right? We give our heart out to them so much, have fallen under this, right? The fear, all the fear, right? We need to get the shot. Again, in beautiful, integritous beings, right? Thinking and believing they're doing the right thing for themselves, for humanity, right? For their family members, right?
Mhm.
Especially, let's say, healthcare workers. Some of them are right there. Imagine what they've been through, and they're in the midst of that, and then they go home and have to be with their family, and they're worried who they're making, also maybe spreading it to, and all of this. And we're not getting into, is it real, is it not real, all this type
Yeah.
of thing, because we understand something is happening, right?
Yeah.
No matter what it be, this is not a big fat zero. Something is happening. We see something happening to many of our loved ones, right? Or extended family members or friends, family, and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
many people come to me, this one died, that one died, this one died, this one
Mhm.
died. And some of them were perfectly fine. There wasn't like an underlying something to make them die, right? But this thing that is happening did take out many people, which to me is unacceptable. Never should have been that card played as we're on this path. Humanity has been through enough. They didn't need any more of this, losing livelihoods, the stress, the fear, now thinking they're doing the right thing and taking this. And I want to say something, and I'm going to be a bit rebel, which I am, and I'm so sorry, forgive me, all of you, and Lara as well, because you didn't know I was going to say this. But it's like, okay, light community, right? What are you witnessing? You've come in to toll the light and do all this. Meanwhile, what are we witnessing? Yes, we are witnessing exactly what we have come in not to have happened. And for me, it's unacceptable, right? No one's talking about, and you know how they say the elephant in the room, right? And I love elephants. They're beautiful beings. So I don't even want to say like the elephant in the room. We understand what that means. I'm going to say the big black demon, right? In the room, and everybody's not talking about it. Excuse me, what happened, right? That this is being able to throw the card down on their side, that the thing that we've come in to stop is rolling out and has happened to so many, within this story being played out. That is why we need to make sure we need to do what we're going to do before it becomes everybody, right, is supposed to be saved by this, when it is not. They're talking about how they hide, side effects, or who can become sterile, which is what the problem and issue is, right, of what their plan was to do originally. Do you know that someone was out there talking about how the Federation, some lower level of a Federation, which again, I would bring messages years ago, and then I moved away from it, and I was like, oh, no, this doesn't feel good, saying how, when they're saying, why aren't you helping humanity? And they said, oh, well, we have to listen to the rulers of humanity. The people are just accepting it, the Kahua, the Cabal, and if they want to lower the amount of people, we accept it. And I'm like, oh my God. Right. So
Mhm.
obviously this infestation has even went to other layers, right? That we need to go to even higher layers to trust, because how is anybody okay with such an abomination of what happened in the old future, right? To humanity. This is the opportunity for everybody to do what they're supposed to do. So beautiful humanity can continue on.
Yeah.
So I don't see in the physical story that it's a good idea to do that, because we understand the fallout, right, of this. Later on, they say, take this drug, it's so good. And then everybody's dying of something else, better they have taken their natural, chances than take the helpful drug that they took, right? Same kind of thing. How many girls do you hear that was supposed to, they wanted to give them some kind of HPV shot or whatever in Africa and other places are dying and crippled and all of this, They have not tested this long enough, to say it's a positive thing. It's a quick rollout because they want to succeed in the old future that had happened already, right? And this is them rolling that out. So as far as their energetics, right, they will then very much need to have an energetic healing, right? Because you're putting AI in them, right? The exact future that I said, right? Transhuman AI. You're putting things within them that are totally changing their DNA, right? So this is the beginning process of what happened, of how humanity had become transhuman and AI, the whole thing that we're here to make sure there is those of us, right, that change that and continue on to the new future point that is there, and as well as here begin to see it for our children. It is so horrible. There's women who are being inoculated with this that have unborn children, for God's sakes, you know what I mean, that they don't even know what's going to happen. That is horrible of horrible. It is inexcusable of how that card, you understand, got to be played. Of even think about us how many years, 10 years ago, the light and the love and the angels and the galactics and all these stories describing and events and everything. Meanwhile, look what played out, people, right? That's the big like elephant in the room. Look what played out. We are witnessing what we've come to stop that is happening before us, right? That is why we must be the woke essence, right? And keep holding that. Not even listening to, everybody wants to listen to messages from off there and off worlds and wherever else. Hey, I've heard someone say the Palladians are kind of using us to fight their battle with the reptilians. I'm like, oh my God, that's why I'm not always like, yay, yay, Palladians, you know? I'm just saying all this because I need you people to realize you're real, right? You are what's real. You are real. You are the aspect of the divine that is eternal being, yes? So grab a hold of that, of who and what you are, and stand in that and take some control, right, of your essence that is yours, rather than it's been captive and thrown back in for millennia in this and food for other beings, our essence. So you stand in your godhood, aware, information, knowledge, power, so you can be released, yes, and continue on. Find yourself in creation to still be, yes. Then all of this that has happened that we're witnessing, that is what happened before. Why all the light workers, why all the star seeds, yes, incarnated to change this outcome that we see is rolling out here, you know? And so it's so important. Please get information. You be the God. You be the essence. You be the divine embodied, yes? Receive the helps to keep you like a candle that wants to flicker and go out. That's what they want, to blow it out. No, right? We are here. Help that candle, right? Keep it burning, keep it strong, keep the light, right? Keep the eternal flame of the fire, right? Of love and all that is good throughout creation, yes? To continue in humanity, you know? Then it again yet expire if we lose what we've come to do. And we're not, because again, as I said, the plug is being pulled on this experiment and this option, on those lives that are what I would say the demons, the darkness playing through who everybody's love, yay, look who's in. And they don't understand the darkness, yes? They want to keep their food going. They want to keep their money going. They want to keep their life going. So these are their attempts to do that. And we have to keep saying, no, that is not it. It is done. We know creation said this experiment is no more. We've come in being brave and strong to hold the light for the process, right? That is happening, going on, and do not falter, yes, in the midst of all of that.
So it's about focusing on our own light, focusing on our own growth or consciousness, right? And staying steady there as well at the same time, sending out these healing energies to anybody who has been affected by, you know, the virus or taken the vaccine, whenever they're going to take it, etc.
Yes, and I would hope to say at some point, when this is at a different position here, right? We, as the light work and such, have come in to assist so many people who are going to be shocked by this knowledge, right? Shocked of what has happened, so in despair or anger, whatever. We're here to help assist them through that, and those ones that got inoculated to energetically, yes, help with that situation and circumstance that befell them by them being trusting, right? Or them being sucked into that story, you know, so that we can affect that change, to assist them as well of what was a fallout of all the storm, right? And all that is happening right here that we're in the midst of, you know?
Yeah. Awesome. Good. So there is still hope for all of them too, Linda, just so you know. Paige says, thanks for the reminder to hold steady in the midst of chaos. Kat says, thanks for talking about current events. Yesterday, she said, in a moment, I stopped to feel in my body. I could feel my body go from outrage to fear. And then I stopped prior to the panic. And I then grounded to Gaia and opened up to light and just tried to keep my energy working. What else?
Beautiful.
What else can we do? It took me years. It took years for me to, number one, feel in my body. And then two, to work the energy of love. What's number three? So what else can she do?
Oh my goodness. Yes. If anyone, again, and I'm so sorry to be saying, hey, have this work, but realize, right? I've incarnated, as many have, to assist. I'm called healer to the healers, right? Because even healers need help, right? All that's going on, all they're doing. So if they can please come and receive this, this is an, you know, a good inoculation. They want to talk about inoculation. This is a good one of your energetic body and all your systems in your field of what you've been through for millennia, right? To help erase that, to control, alt, delete, right? Reboot to the new, that these works are, to so empower them, right? Also to have the number codes. I speak numbers, yes,
Mm-hmm.
because language has been contaminated, symbols have been contaminated, so numbers come in, yeah, as a way beyond contamination to hold the highest light quotient that can be delivered. So you're going to receive the work when you're writing the numbers, but then you're also going to go away with these tool of these numbers. You see, like the situation that was going on yesterday and what was happening. Yes, she connected to Gaia and all this, but if she had one of these number codes, yeah, the language of creation, she would be able to read that over, to apply it to her own self, what's going on, and also out to the situation that is happening, because those numbers are applicable in our own lives, what's happening that's going on, to use the energy, and also to help support us, yes, as we're supporting all that is going on, you know, here as well. So that's why I incarnated, to come in as a means of help and assistance, right? Fast track them, right? Rather than whatever the processes were before. It's like, we don't have time, although there is no time, you know what I mean? Things are happening, going so quickly. This is a quickening.
Yes.
This is a reveal, right? So this work comes in to help get them, right, to that quantum level quicker, right, than this dragged out. Before it used to be, we had lifetimes, we had, you know, so long to do this. No, quickening, right? Get in resonance, right? As much as you can with this. If you could receive works that fast track you to that point, yeah, come and receive them. You know, can I speak light, Laura, right now to assist
Yes,
everybody?
please. Yep,
All right.
absolutely.
Okay, beautiful ones. Light language, right? And also the Akash language. Not to read an Akash, which to me, I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anyone, but for me, the Akash has been contaminated. It's old Akash, yes? Old, so to say, recipes, maps, directions, yes, from that old energy that was. So my work, Akash, clears it. You keep what you want, yes? Also, not only your Gaia Akash, but your multidimensional aspects, right? That we understand that we are as well as a soul, all our aspects, right? Fractured points of ourself, of our soul having all the experiences, feedback to the soul to creation, yeah? So I'm working on not only your Gaian lives, generations and such, millennia of lifetimes, but also whatever other aspects, yes, that you have as well for totality of healing. So we're going to clear the Akashas, cosmic as well, keep what you want, rewrite the Akash, meaning in resonance, yes, to write in the new books, right? The new Akash, to be in alignment with the higher paths of potential that is open at that frequency, yeah? So I may speak numbers. If I speak numbers now, because I don't know what's going to come through, it just comes through in the moment. No writing. This is not the kind of numbers that I bring through to write. No, this is just receiving the energy of the numbers. When you have a session and you write the numbers, it's your own personal code. And Larry could say, I go much slower. So don't be put off. How does she think I'm going to write these numbers? No, when we're doing the writing, it's nice and slow. So you could write them, and you can't go back and listen to this and write it because it's not your personal numbers, right? These are the type of numbers for energy for you to receive. And beautiful ones, while you're receiving this, right? No matter gifts and abilities, if someone may think, I don't have gifts and abilities, they haven't turned on yet, whatever, beautiful ones, you are here, right? People always say, what's my mission? What's my mission? Hello, you have many missions, but this is the mission. Yeah, this is the mission, right? So you hold your light, right? You hold that and that love and that light, but in action, not just woo woo, right? In action of no more. We support this timeline, right? This coming in, dissolution, dissolve that old one. This is what we're supporting. So while I'm doing this to all of you, this is a beautiful moment, whether on the recording or live. I want you, while you're receiving this, to also, right, put this out. All right, beautiful ones. What more of a perfect timing, Alara, right? No coincidence. So we do this. All right, beautiful ones. Each of you using your gifts to also shoot this out and support, right? Dissolve the old timelines and their agendas, support and bringing in the higher timelines, right? Here we go. Thank you all so much for doing this with me, doing your mission, standing in your godhood, using your divine birthright, yeah, and accessing that true magic. Here we go. Venusun tu beseriron serare, venu tu siverium, venuane sunore, venuane sunone, venuane sunone, venu tu severira, venu tu vidareum, kerusare veserido, Menuone vione, menusude berutura, menusonderi serio, kerusane veserero, menuone vione, menuone, 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 Venuane sidare Venuane serurare, Venuane viane, enemy kasha, enemy kia, kasha est ust aruma. Edeme ashtede, ushta, edeme este ushta, kunesi ust udamakianewa. Tosh televal sela parto ostilia matwa. Yenemikasha, isktebush ekium, yanevera, horra, shanda, edebede shanda, kurum. Sharis. This isn't releasing from your heart, running back, right? Well, we're bearing and we're holding, right? Venuntune virari anaya, venusune vire, venuzenuzenaze, enmikasha, iskadabagush ekium, piana so olo ila olama eleala olam, belele olam ala olama ilam, abahone, sar, oh, shalare, talamavula. Unamekasha kokosue. Yetu shada o te era so makiana tu aseya. Piana tua. Soya. Sasa. Sesa. Sisi. Esa. Sesa. 836, 10, 12, 836, 10, 12, 30, 21, 386, 10, 12, 386, 10, 12, 30, 80, 21, 30, 80, 21, 386, 10, 12, 386, 10, 12, 30, 80, 21, 30, 18, 21. Un est ash ist un ad id et unmenekash kue samahwa isomahwa. I'm going to bring in the mother. The mother is the mother, father, God, mother, Gaia. The mother is the mother of the first point of creation and all that is. You would say the mother, father, God, and all that is, because she is the womb of creation, right? Which all birth forth from. So he's the mother. Just rest in this and be nourished. Usamakwasea. Siumaya. Isomayeuma. Imanu suruata. Isamakie siayoa. Imasha tu esi varaso yemeti. Esia. Es así. Sí. There you go, beautiful one. Some nourishing, yeah, from that mother. She's the gift of consciousness and awareness and light and energy to be the first point, the womb of all to come forth from her. So comes, yes, to nourish. One of my messages was tell them. This was like months ago or a year ago, whatever. Tell them it's time to follow the lifeline, which is the umbilical, back to the womb of the mother, right? For that resurrection, transformation, transfiguration, right? To support you in that, all of you. So beautiful ones. Thank you for receiving, and thank you so much for us shooting this out, yes, to the situation, the circumstances that is happening, not only by humanity, yes, but out to creation as this ripples. So thank you all so much for assisting me in that, whether on the recording, you were doing it when you listen back, and hear live with all of us. So thank you so much for stepping in your mission. It is so beautiful. Thank you. Even in the midst.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was so powerful. Of course, I was yawning through the whole thing, like always. But beyond that, I noticed that, again, your light language of the Akash, all of it was different than even last time. It's like it's changed again, like nuance has changed again. The tone and frequency has changed again.
And I love, Alara, that's thanks to your own gifts and abilities, right? Because when I speak light language, it's you may hear something similar, like you're familiar with what's coming in and such, but there's always added depending what is needed in the situation and circumstance. Let's say I have some clients who stayed with me for 4 years, right? They'll still have a session and be like, oh, like you just said, that was different, that felt different. Yes, because that's ready to come in now, right? Or like a linguist of creation, right? Whatever needs to be grabbed. Because remember, we're talking about multidimensional aspects, right, of ourselves, that we are as well. So to be grabbing whatever's ready at that time for that to come through, and bring forth. So I'm so glad that you pointed that out, so everyone can understand.
Absolutely. Yeah. So how was it for all of you? Write in the chat, let us know how that was for you. What did you experience? And did you notice the difference from before, right? So as people are typing in the chat, we have a hand raised, phone number ending in 378. You want to unmute yourself? Hello?
Hey. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Destiny.
Hi, Alara. Holy smokes. I think I'm dealing with a galactic timeline. And it's not fun. Because there's a being that's like on me, like white on right.
And you are not the only one. You understand? I had a client once who spoke French as her first language, English as her second language, and was a healer. And she came to me, she had a third session, and she's like, how can I say what this is? Let me explain to you that she was witnessing something happen with her, right? She had gotten such a high energy after working with me that parasitic thing within her could no longer live. So she saw it like, vroom, fall out of her. And she's saying, how can I find the word in English? She goes, what is it? She goes, it looks like a squid. It looks like an octopus. And of course it wasn't on her kitchen floor, right? But etherically, her gifts and abilities, being able to see and have awareness and know that thing could no longer live within her field, right? That I had bring her to such a point and help take those tendrils out, those energetic tendrils. People can understand we have parasites all in our world, right? In our gut and all of this, there's good ones, bad ones, whatever. But within the realm of creation, right, as a side effect of the experiment of lower density expressions of creation, that is the thing, right, that is here, that has been holding humanity, right, parasitic, right, entities, disincarnated entities, AI expression, all of that stuff, what you're talking about, many people have, right, for millennia of being stuck in this, right? Why it's important, that's why healer to the healers and to all, because sometimes even healers, right, can't get that out and off, right? So that's what my work does. We're going to speak some light for you and for everyone, but I hope, beautiful one, that you could take avail of the opportunity of the package, so you can have me personally, right, get in there and do what needs to be done. And then also you could get your number codes, so you'll receive the work the number codes give, and as well as you're reading them over in your life, right, applying it to help support you through all of this, right? Because remember, this is millennia, right, lifetimes, right, eons. We've been stuck in this situation, circumstances going on. So one little moment, right? Yes, it's powerful, but you need to vest yourself, if you can, in this to help also generationally and, unconscious, subconscious. It's so huge, these issues and situation energetically that are going on, right? So I hope you're going to come. We're going to dip you in now, but also please come to continue that, right? Work that we're going to do. So here's for her and for everyone, okay? some here we go. If I say ancient ones, fairies, right? Alara knows on the show I usually say all that, right? But I want you to understand that is the name of creation expressing, right, through the mask of those beingnesses, right? Just like we say all the other beings, right? Names, angels, this one, that one. To me, it is source. It's only one beingness, which we also are an aspect of expressing in that way, right? So right now, even though I'm going to say the ancient ones are coming in through the Native Americans to help with that releasing generational things they work on and ancestral, right? You're going to help your generation in both directions while we receive this. To me, it is source, right? All them by those names of the energy frequency that we're used to calling it, but it's actually source, creator, creation, right? Coming through as you an aspect of that to help handle the situation, right? So here we go, divine. Here we go. Hiya, hum, ancient ones, kanda so to you musu. Yetarakando, 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 suma yesu tue, yantara, 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 so around the belly button between the legs, the back coccyx bone, yando sue, yama, yamana, hoi, ha ho, passara candoro sure, yatua, sasa, evoa, she, essa si, honte, shonta, o se makandian, honnetia, sumakuea, hoya, humesa, yanda, soye, the back here at the base of the skull, top of the spine, some releasing. Yasukutue, yasakatue, yandasa, suhumya. Es así, bahua, sondorum, nanesurum, yahuahua, se es así. Now, Kali. Even though I say, okay, Kali again as source, expressing this Kali that comes in to destroy all that has held us back and held us down, right? So we're going to bring Kali in to with the Akash work. So here we go. Kali on a neum, 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 woman, oh, hey, no, Kalimikasha, Kalimikasha, so o tiba orem, piano horma, yando, so honene, esa. I have to do some coughing. That's just a deep releasing. I'm okay. Evoa. Sahua. Evoa. Sahonde. Shan. Herida. Sí. Esa. Now what I call the fairies, the elementals, but again, source expressing in that way to come in and make that a little bit more gentle for her to bear, right? Touch that child in the heart. C'est le ponton, c'est les verres, les maçons, les verresons, chérie. Sí. Esa. Se le ponte le velon, son. Sí, así. Esa.
Beautiful. Wow. Destiny, how are you doing? I had to mute you because there was hearing some noise in the background. But how are you doing now? Just
And
go ahead
Destiny,
and just,
whatever we just did is going to ripple through her, right, for a next couple of days, right, releasing and grading and downloading all that. So if she wants to send you an email or me, whatever, contact to let us know how she's doing.
Yeah.
Also, when I was doing that, it ripples out the energy to assist other people, right, as well, who are listening. There's no coincidence when someone asks a question. It's so that also others could receive. Yes, for her, but what could ripple out. So please, beautiful ones, if you come, this is powerful. You see, Laura just said, wow. Laura, remember, could we talk about the wow to people? I tell my kids, how can I explain this? Because it's so much of an experience beyond words that words lack to explain, right?
Yeah.
So I said, I should just tell people, come get your wow, right? Because everyone goes, wow, you just said wow, right? So I say, come get your wow, right? And people always say wow after a session. And I say, what did you just say? And they start giggling because they realize, what do I say on the show? I said, the problem with that is people think I'm doing a selling tactic. It's not a selling tactic. It's freaking real. See, Laura just goes, wow. Yes, because it's so beyond words. So come and get your wow, beautiful ones, to assist you through this storm, right? And as you travel your essence through creation, where you shall be found is so important, right? To tend to their essence themselves, because of all we have been through and all that has occurred,
Absolutely. Linda says it was powerful. I think it, and then this part, she said, I think it rippled to me as well. I felt it through my heart. Awesome. Good. Linda, let it continue to ripple out. Janet says that this was a very wow. This was a very wow, wow, wow.
And isn't this beautiful? Because they're confirming, right? They were typing in, I felt it, right? Because that's why I was led to let them know, and I have goosebumps over me right now. Let them know they also were not just witnessing for her, it was going out. And then you have them coming in right now, right? Giving confirmation to what I'm saying,
Yeah, she said, I have had chills running up and down my body. Yeah, good. Just be aware of it and let it continue, right? So that's good. Awesome. Marianne, you want to unmute yourself? Hello? Yep, I can. I think. Go ahead.
Hi, Audrey. So for me, working on fulfilling my mission and stuff, I have a lot of apathy and unwillingness. So I need to work on being willing to show up and do my part in helping humanity and Mother Earth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are feeling that, but go ahead, Audrey.
Yes, I want to pause her because that's what I say to so many people. They're always thinking, I feel like I haven't done it yet, right? Or I'm held back. I have apathy, but I'm held back. Because realize, remember we were talking about millennia, being traumatized, being killed, showing up, want to talk, right? No wonder why we're like, right? We don't want to go out there because look what happened. Look what's happening, right? What can happen to us yet again? The trauma of that resonating through, even though we're eternal beings, like it's hello, I'm back, do what you want to because I'm back, hello. But inside, right, the trauma still is at the soul level of an essence that ripples through the energy of that multiple times going through it, right? So it'll come through and the physical be like, no, I don't want to. But this is what I want to say to everybody, right? What I was talking about before, our mission. People don't think I'm not doing what I've come to do because maybe you're not speaking light language or doing a show like Alara or whatever. You are doing it by being incarnated, right? Having awareness, your light that you incarnated and came here, right? That you're here and you're holding your light. You have some awareness in the midst of all this zombies and right, all that is going on. My goodness, right? You're doing it. Each of you are doing it, even if you think you're not. Your essence being here incarnates, right? Everybody's like, oh, like the beings of light, right? When they come in, everybody wants to thank them. And the beings of light say, we thank you. We're a collective that expresses a collective that knows we're part of all that is, that all of you forgot, but you are the ones that came to embody, right? So we thank you because you're embodied while we are not in the midst of this, like what I call the beautiful fish in the dirty fish bowl, right? So that beautiful fish is contaminated and has all the trouble of the dirty fishbowl, right? We are incarnated for love, right? And who and what we are to have come here to assist in the midst of all this. So you're doing beautiful ones, right? So beautiful ones, do not think you're not doing that, And again, my work My work is called Drinking from the Wellspring, right? What is the wellspring? Source, right? Whatever you want to call it, God, the field of consciousness, energy, light, right? That is eternal. Me as an embodiment, as you embodiments of that, right? So I bring through the wellspring, right? So anyone on a journey who's tired or thirsty or been through so much, right? You drink from the wellspring so you could take that breath, be nourished, fortified, and strengthen upon your journeys, not only here in this embodiment, right, but your multidimensional aspects, your soul, understanding all of this, and where you're going to be when you find yourself through creation. Yes. So embodied, right? Now in physicality, but only for a moment, right? So who and what you are, your essence to tend, your essence to drink from the wellspring of creation, to be nourished and fortified through all these journeys that it's been through. Yes. So please come drink. So this wellspring, yes, of this work can help nourish you, fortify, and strengthen you upon your journey. And whatever else that you're going to do besides being here and holding your light can also open up. I have people who've worked with me for years and they maybe begin to speak light language. I have a woman that I spoke to an expo, and just speaking a few words to her, because I'm a giver, right? Like now I come on the shows always and give, give, give. I'm not only telling you about my package and you'll only access it when you purchase my package. No, Alara knows, and that's why she's so beautiful. Thank you to invite me. I give and give and give, right? Because I want to make sure you get it, you know, you have it even, you know, then you have an opportunity to go deeper even with it, you know. So that woman that I spoke for about 2 minutes in an expo has a whole career of speaking light language now, you know. So yes, gifts and abilities and get turned on, but whether they do or not, so importantly, yes, is that you are here doing your mission already. You're holding your light, help yourselves receive this work to help you be strong, right? So you weather all this storm and all that is going on and tend to your true beingness, your essence. So you will find yourself in creation, keeping your gift of individualization because you're in resonance, right, with that new, and to be found to write in that book of life, meaning experiences, right, to continue in resonance with the new platforms while all of these are going to be no more, you know, whatever's in resonance with that, you know. So would she like me to speak some light language for her? I'm going to give some to her and to everybody else. Here we go, right? Because so much crazy is going on. There's storms. We want to make sure we do a nice little place that everyone today come to help, right, nourish them with all this that's going on. So here we go again for all you beautiful ones. Please come and get a session if you can, so you get that list of numbers and even make it more personal, right? Here we go. Shala sero sorum tiriram. Solar turung set hire, bano set chiverum, corensarire rare. Suru turu sire, mano sire rare.
How's that, Marianne?
Thank you. Very calming.
Good.
Beautiful, beautiful. Remember, you're here, beautiful, embodied, right? You're not a zombie. You're not unaware. You're not falling into that, right? You have awareness. You're here holding the light for yourself, where you're going to be in creation, and also for all of this that is occurring. And I'm so glad you're here receiving, you know, beautiful ones. Thank you, Laura, for allowing me to be with your beautiful family of listeners, right? So we help nourish them.
Yeah, awesome. Good. So 1 second. So, you know, that's what Marianne just said is what not everybody, but a lot of people say, right? I'm not doing my mission. I'm doing my purpose. I wish I was doing more. I wish I was shining my light more. I wish I was working with more people. So many people say that. And what I just got while we were talking with Marianne was like, we're just like so judging ourselves and not seeing the gift that we really are, how much we truly are doing, right?
Oh my goodness. And if we understand, right, we're talking about people that for millennia are used as a herd and a sheeple, right, for other dark entities to loop them over and over again, creator beings that forgot they were that because they put it on the side so they could have this experience. Yeah. But, right, that it got hijacked and what happened and kept them looping over and over again, right? And so that we still exist, that we still are in the face of all that parasite taking the energy off us, right? Holding us captive, locked down, shackles, right? All of this, we still are, right? And we're
Yeah.
here embodied in the midst of what we would say is hell, the depths of hell and abomination that people don't understand what knows going on. And you still could be of heart and
Yeah.
you're still shining and you're still here. Oh my God, think about the bigger picture of things. What is at hand and what is going on here? And you're here and you're still light and you haven't been extinguished, right? By all of that bombardment over and over and over again, right? Like I said, you are the shining, triumphant, golden ones, even despite all that has gone on and wanted to extinguish you and keep you sedated and keep you lost. Because I'm sorry, religion, one of my messages, right? First you had religion. What did they make religion? Fear, big business, manipulation, distraction. People got too smart for religion. So then what did they make? Spirituality, which unfortunately also has become fear, big business, manipulation, distraction, sedation. And all of you have not fall prey to that, right? Which is huge. So please, right? Understand that is beautiful because you are such hearts and such light, right?
And it's about recognizing, who we really are. And, those thoughts of you're not doing enough, you're not being enough, you're not enough. Those are not thoughts, beliefs coming from source. Those are from, other stuff, right?
Yes,
So,
that's the negative, that's the parasite,
yeah.
that's the disincarnated, that's the mind control, that's the
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
those are the
divine.
ones that, we should, like, as soon as we start getting those, like, you know what? No. And come back
Exactly,
and come
Alara.
back to our heart
Exactly.
and shine
Because
our light.
they bombard them constantly,
Yeah, I
and
know.
mercilessly they bombard you, right? How many people are like this whole suicide thing? They can't take it anymore, the bombardment, right? And they're just like, I'm out of here, right? And they die, they kill themselves because they can't take it anymore, right? So when all you think, oh my goodness, I'm not doing enough, yes, you are, because you're still here, right? And you're doing it. And you're doing that. I'm going to again be a bit of rebel, and I'm so sorry, but just today, by no coincidence, I saw someone that is someone supposed to be some kind of leader in the community, right? Spiritual community that people listen to and such. And she's freaking talking about it's okay, right? It's okay that we were lied to. It's okay, right? All that we've been through and such. And I'm thinking, what the frick-a-frack is she talking about, right? No, it's not okay. Because she says, it's okay. It's in the divine plan, And I'm like, no, lady, we've come in as rebels, right? Non-compliant ones. So we change that. So the divine plan is not to accept it's okay, it was part of it all. No, the divine plan originally was to go into a sleep, a forgetting, right? Duality, polarity, density, to know what we are not and what lurks there, right? To shine the light on it. Now it is known and seen. It is right. The light has been shown so that can be cleared from throughout creation, right? Not say it's okay that happened because it went awry. Those ones that were called in to play those parts became that so deeply that they lost themselves within that, became parasitic vampiric, right? Non-self-sustaining systems. So they had a parasite off others and brought this to the depth of this rather than going in and coming out and having our memory, right?
Mhm.
They didn't do that because they wanted to keep their life force that we were giving, right, to sustain them. So however she would say, it's okay, part of the divine plan. No, the divine plan is because this has all the experiment that has gone awry and been allowed, right, to get to the point that it has affected the totality of the balance of creation. As if I told you, creation eating its own self, those that are lost unto their own self, parasitism throughout the bodies of creation, right? Those are the beings that could only act in that way who have come here. The AI expression, right, which again doesn't want to have human, and the human is the most beautiful expression for the divine to express through, right? Then an AI expression, that creation has lost so much of itself in that expression, and why it wants to live also, or other beings that make AI and send them out so that it can find other divine, beautiful, organic beings so they can eat them up as well, right? So this all in the experiment. Enough is enough. That's the divine plan because it is affecting the totality of creation. So that experiment is being ended, pull the plug on, and no more. So do not stand in what that woman was saying. It's okay, divine plan. No, we are the divine plan. We are the ones of the divine plan that are rebel, non-compliant, and understand and see and know what's going on, rather than being another sheeple to some other belief system that says this is okay. No, it's not okay. That this is a horrible thing, and please excuse me, and I'm sorry, Lara, when they talk about children that were tried to be rescued and they try to bring them up and they say they exploded, right? Because their organs exploded because they're not used to the pressure, right? Or they can't touch them, their skin is so yucky because they've never been, right, in the light, okay? So these abomination upon abomination, the depths of hell that never ends, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, is not okay, nor part of the divine plan to accept what that lady is saying. It's okay that this all happened. No, no, not to the depth of this, and why we are incarnated here to stop that and to assist in the closing of that old book of life and that experiment. No longer an option to take that ticket to play or experience that in the game or the virtual reality game of creation any longer.
And it's about all of us now choosing light or love or whatever your highest version of that is, choosing that. And your mission is to just shine that light, shine that love. Like, how would you like to be treated? How would you like to be? What do you want to experience? What do you want to feel? Start shining that out to the world, radiating that out to the world, so that more people can know that that's possible too for them. Because a lot of people still don't know that that's possible. I'll be honest.
And to say no, right? You
Yeah.
see how everybody's falling in, being
Yeah.
lied to, thinking it's the proper right thing to do. This system is so so deceitful, right? That a long time ago they would tell me, it's like people are not even gonna know if their right hand is their right and their left hand is their left, right? Now that's very obvious, you know, but because of all this, they don't even know what to trust, what's going on, right? Because the depth of deception and trickery, right, and darkness of the system that they present to integritous people as this is the right, this is a good thing. So of course integritous people are going to fall into that, because they don't understand and see what is happening right before them. Blessed be all of you who could say no. And I do see, I know what is happening, isn't that beautiful? So pat yourselves on the back rather than put yourself down and think you're not good. You are, exactly. You're miraculous. You're miraculous. You are a miracle, right? I'm going to cry. You're a miracle because look at this we're talking about in the midst of that is happening. But there's the miracle of you, right? That has not fallen into that or fall prey to that. That's a beautiful thing. So thank you, beautiful.
Exactly. So focus on that instead of the other stuff, focus on the miracle that you are, and that miracles are available and are being shown all the time. Like I still think, the way, I'm not really talking about Robert, but just the all the outpouring of support and love and kindness that has been shown by everybody, to me, that's a miracle. And that's God in action, God, higher source, whatever word you want to use, name you want to use. That's love in action. And I was like, I am humbled by it, and I'm like blown away by that. It's like, wow, I had no idea that so much was possible, and so that actually gave me hope for humanity.
Yes, we are the hope of humanity. Remember, because all of this is the play that took them to transhuman AI. Imagine there was nothing as this beautiful human that as at our highest expression of you're talking about an example of, without infections and out manipulation, everything. That is who and what we are. We are God embodied, that you witness the miracles of that. Mm-hmm. That is the essence of God embodied expressing, right? Yeah. And so that is a beautiful thing. And imagine it was extinguished by all that we see playing out now is the thing that extinguished that. Why we've come back to save that for creation, right? And for there to be a beautiful humanity. This is so important, each one of you, right? Taking part in that to make sure that the beautiful divine human, as you were talking about, being witnessed, being expressed, still can be,
Absolutely. Yeah. It is a wonderful world. Absolutely. Yeah, Karen, thank you. All right, so I don't want to go too long, but I want to take a few minutes and talk about the special offer, which is really simple this time. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. Those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Audrey1. And I'm just going to put it in the chat as well. But it's basically a 1-hour session with Audrey, personal session with Audrey. But you have a choice of either having your numbers, and Audrey will talk about the sacred key code numbers, or you can work with Audrey to with light language, with language of the Akash, that rewrites it for you. So Audrey, do you want to just talk a little bit about the two different sessions that people can experience? One or the other, folks, one or the other.
Yes, it's light language for the first session, which would be me speaking light language and language of the Akash. Remember to rewrite the Akash. Also, I'll let them speak to the beings of light in that session, which we'll just say a quick hello. I don't know how much time is left. And also bring in the mother, right? So they can just sit in that and be nourished, right? Because of all that's going on. And then the second choice would be you're going to write your numbers, right? Because I made the session is an hour. And so that's why there's not enough time to do both of them at an hour. So you either have an hour at the first light language and Akash and all of that included in there. And again, I'm not such a tight, watching of the time. We're just kind of saying that if it needs a little bit longer, of course, we'll do that, right? And then going to, if you get your numbers, you're going to have paper or book or something, and we're going to write like pages of numbers, right? However many come through, which is your own code. While you're receiving that number work, it works on your etheric, mental, physical, emotional bodies, your unconscious, subconscious, generational issues. You help through the DNA upgrade, your both generations in both directions, ancestral things, and then with the numbers, right, besides all the work you're receiving and the DNA upgrade and such, and releasing old energies and things, it's working your neural network to help expand you, right, to these wider understandings and concepts and just continual old beliefs and paradigms. So besides that, then you now have this list of energy basically that is brought forth through the number codes. You're going to, in your own life, apply the energy, right? As you read the numbers over, you'll think on something positive you want to help bring to you, help support you in yourself. Or again, you can take from loved ones, but since things with loved ones affect your energetic field, right, get you off that dock like I talk about, you could send them good energy and such, right? Or creation itself and the situation, circumstances that are going on as well, right? Extend it further to that. Now, let's say something negative is happening, right? You want to dispel it, disperse it, have it be no more, right? You read the numbers, think on that, and you want to be strong and fortified, like we were talking about before, need some help through all this. While that dispersion, while that dissolution is happening, right, to help you as well be strong and fortified. The other way to use the numbers is you could just read them and you don't have to think on a specific thing, because remember, you don't know what's bleeding through, right, through other dimensional aspects of yourself or galactic aspects. Also, in conscious minds, sometimes we don't know what to put the focus to, right, because there's so much that's going on beyond our conscious mind to understand. So you would just read the numbers over, so you let that energy emanate out, right, to where it needs to go and to serve you or creation as you're sending it out. And also the numbers in your own space hold energy, right? Like people can't sleep or feel attacked when they're asleep. I say, put it under your fitted sheet, make a copy, keep it in your purse, whatever, right? So this energy is also emanated out in your space where those numbers are, So, and with the number work, of course, I will speak some light language in that session, because at the end of the numbers, as Alara knows, after we write them, I have to speak the numbers very, very quickly, along with a bit of light language, like to seal that all up and such, and I'll bring in the beings of light for them as well, and a bit of the mother in that as well, So those are the two options. The light language in Akash also works on all the things that we talked about, right? But then you're not coming away, let's say, with this list of numbers to apply in your own lives, right? You're having the light language and the Akash done. It is rippling through you for a number of days when we say goodbye, so you can acclimate, release, and adjust, So do we have anything with the call, Alara, or we don't have that one? I don't recall. No? Okay.
No,
if I could,
somebody didn't respond to my email.
I know, I'm so sorry. I know it was because the call, usually I think you were advertising for me. I don't know if you still put the old packages, was a call that I was doing, right? So the call was the Trinity calls, which was because of the COVID, all the crazy that was going on. We were doing it from June to the end of this year that just ended, help support them and join together and put the light out there. But now in this year, I'm doing the woke essence calls. That's what I'm going to be doing this for the next 4 months. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, got it. I can always add that, but I was not sure what it was.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. That's beautiful. If you want to do that, you can kind of put that in. That would be wonderful, because it's the same kind of thing. They let me know if they purchase that they're going to take part in the woke essence calls, right? So the same kind of thing. We talk, what do they need in a group? If they can't make the live call, it'll be a recorded call. They would let me know they couldn't make it live, and then they would get the recording to receive the energies and such. And again, the importance of, we're going to unite as well to help ripple it out. We're not just taking and receiving, we're also joining in those calls to make sure we ripple this out, right? And support the situation and circumstances that are going on.
Absolutely. And that's what it's about right now. It's about, yes, for ourselves, to support ourselves, but also supporting humanity, supporting Gaia, supporting our family and friends and loved ones, and everyone, right? So do the work for yourself, but also radiate that energy and light out to help everybody else as well. You know, it's we, right? So help yourself. Yes, absolutely. You are first and foremost, and then help everybody else. Okay.
Yes, and when you give, that's the importance of like drinking from the wellspring, right? So the cup is not so emptied, right? That's why healer to the healers, healer to all, because healers also need to have that cup, right? Being filled. So they give, right? So it's a beautiful process.
Yeah, exactly. So good. Thank you. So again, those are available at alara.at/show/Audrey1. So Audrey, is there anything else that you wanted to share with us today?
Oh my goodness gracious. I would just say, can I bring the beings of light in for a minute? Say hello to everyone. Okay, this is a collective. It's I'm right here. I don't go anywhere. I gave them the name Beings of Light, but really their name is an energy signature stamp. We just have that to reference them, and they're part of all it is, and know that. All right. So here we go. Beautiful ones, Alara. We say thank you, dear one. We say thank you for all that you are doing, even in the midst of all that is going on. So we thank you so much for that, beautiful one, and all the listeners. We say thank you again for being embodied. You understand? Please, all of you understand you are doing that mission. Yes, dear ones, thank you. Yes, rather than squish yourselves down small, pat yourself on the back and stand upright. You understand, beautiful ones? Because this channel has spoken aloud. Yes, in the midst of all this, you are still here. You are holding that light. You are understanding and still being loved and not being squinched, you understand, or extinguished. Oh no, the divine embodied, yes, to hold that. So we thank you, beautiful ones, each of you, for that. We wish you much love. We're hoping perhaps we'll be speaking to you, yes, if you work with our channel, Lara. We say thank you again, and we wish you all much love, and we thank you. Yes, feel us, perhaps those who can, and we thank you. Yes. Okay, those were the beings of light. Then in a session, they'll be able to talk to them a bit. And it's not fortune telling, which disempowers you. No, it's to throw away the crutches and training wheels and you stand in your power. And as they say, you are the master and the masterpiece, one and the same. Remember that, and paint, right? Your canvases, your beautiful creations, beautiful ones, as we get in resonance to be found to write in the new book of life, as we close the old one. So thank you for all the parts that you're playing. Anuhuna, asuawa, ushuawa, isuamawa.
Beautiful. Thank you. I always feel such a loving energy from the beings of light when they come through. Always such a, like much more expansive. I feel much more expansive, and my heart opens up even more. I mean, yes. It's pretty open, but it opens up even more. So,
and you got it. That's what the session is about. Like not the session, the experience with them is that. It's not like, oh, tell me, right? Because they won't tell them, because then they're painting the picture for them. They're continuing to disempower them, right? By a fortune telling or telling me where to go. That is what we did in the time of sleep, and forgetting had those right beings to connect with and tell us where to go. But now it's remember who and what you are. Step in your power. What do you want to paint on the canvas, or weaving your tapestry? If you don't like it, you make a decision and you make something else, right? Yeah. That is all of the new, and getting used to that way of expressing and being again, and having access to that. So that's exactly what they bring, more of that than old fortune telling and disempowering. No.
I love it. Also, Gurjeet, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I missed your birthday. I know it was today or yesterday, so happy birthday. I'm not usually on Facebook and as much right now, but happy birthday. I did see it for a second. And she's asking, do the beings of light look like swans? I don't know. I never thought of that.
Oh my goodness, see, they are disincarnate, right? So they don't have a body and incarnation. They're just energy, light and love, but, right? Light, energy, expression. But everyone may see them in a different way. I actually put on Facebook, I was working with a client, and oh my God, like she couldn't even see me. I couldn't see her because there was so much light and color, right? In the whole screen. So I shared it with people to see. So she was seeing them just as all the light, right? Mm-hmm. Because light is the pure, it's not contaminable light in all its colors and such, right? It's the purest, which is just clear white, but it was all the colors emanating out. So yeah, they could be swan, they could be whatever, you know what I mean? Of her filter, or her receiving it in that way. And swans are beautiful, you know what I mean? If you look up what they represent, they're strong and they're beautiful and regal, grace, and white, and lovely, and grace. Exactly. That's a beautiful thing,
Yeah, absolutely. So I love that you're perceiving that. So, like Audrey says, look up what swan means, and that is the medicine for you. That's the message for you. Okay. So beautiful. I love it. Thank you. All right. All right, everyone. Whew, we talked about a lot on the show, so much. So you're gonna definitely have to go back and watch and or listen again as well. I think Audrey did like 3 different light language Akash processes, or like, what do you call that? Oh my goodness.
Yes, we did it. We did a couple of giving them codes, giving them
Yeah.
energy, all support
Yeah.
through this storm, right? Through this stage show that is playing out, where we understand there's much more that is real, not the REEL that everybody's falling in place, the stage show that is happening, right? So this is work to help support them while this is playing out, to keep that going on, right? So we bring in.
Yeah, so you can go back and
Dissolve.
listen to that some more, or just let it continue to integrate, continue to ripple out, continue to work the way it is. Like for Destiny, for example, it's going to continue working for the next couple of days. So allow that to take place, okay? And know that it's happening, right? Know that it's happening, okay?
Yes, it doesn't matter if they don't consciously understand, right? Because we have the unconscious, right? The subconscious. So it is happening. You hear everybody going, wow, and feeling that, whether they even feel. Some people don't feel. You don't have to feel, right?
Yeah.
It is happening nonetheless, where other people are giving you confirmation. You don't have to feel it. It is happening at your essence that I speak about, right? Your true beingness of who and what you are. So it will then ripple into your physical virtual reality suit that you're wearing, right?
Exactly.
But at the core of the depth of what you and who you are truly, right? Your essence.
Absolutely. So just be aware of that. Drink some water, ground or connect to light, whatever works for you, but listen to your body as well. Get some fresh air, walk around, get some sun. If there's sun anywhere, get some sun, but just listen to your body. And also some of you might want to just relax a little bit, you know, like take a pause just to allow these energies to continue to work. Okay. So again, thank you so much, Audrey. This was wonderful. Another powerful show. And again, like I said, your energies and the language of the Akash and the light language is again changing, you know, as I guess it's supposed to with the times and with what's going on. You're bringing through different frequencies and different energies, which, so I love it, because, you know, let's face it, where we are right now is not where we were a year ago. Right? It's a different time and place. So the energy is different. So be aware of that too. Start focusing on the now and moving forward, not the past. Okay.
Yes. And I'm a weaver of codes for creation with the work that I do behind the scenes, you know, to help support and to weave. You know, someone was saying, that spirit was saying, like, I weave the material of what is going to be. I'm an innovator to help assist, to weave behind the scenes, and with beautiful souls that come to assist them, the materials that is needed, the energetics, right, for what is going to be. So this work is very, very important. And I love it, Alara. Yes, exactly. Of course, it would change to be in concordance with that of what needs to come through as a weaver. Yes.
Yeah.
At that level of the work, you know,
Yeah.
and for them to receive. So it's beautiful. Thank
So
you.
it's always changing, because we are always changing. The timelines are always changing. You know, everything is changing. So I love how Audrey's work continues to upgrade, you know, up level for what is required. You know, it's not the same as it was 4 years ago, for example, you know, kind of thing, or even 1 year ago. It's different.
Yesterday, even yesterday, right? Because we're in the now moment. So whatever the now moment entails, which is what we travel through creation with, right? Through the now moment. That's why there is no time when your actuality come out of this experience. So exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. In galactic wonder. Oh, I never heard that term. I love it. Thank you. All right, everyone. So thank you. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Thank you so much, Audrey. Another wonderful show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye for now, everyone.